Anita, you said something that's so important for our team that I just want to capture and really let them anchor in the power of relationships, because so many times we use the word relationship, but do we know how to be present in it? Do we know how to honor it? Do we know how to be courageous? Do we know how to be vulnerable? So before we do anything, let's just honor that space of starting to coach people up in relationships. So what are some winning strategies from a relationship perspective to really show up and get the most out of whatever you're investing in?
Yes, because as we said, that's where it all starts. So it's actually interesting. The first thing is just showing up. And it seems so simple. And I think the things that are most simple, if you actually think about it, it's difficult, showing up is, you don't always feel that, you don't always feel ready to, me actually coming here to speak with you, Carlette, the butterflies are very real. So, but I know our relationship. And so showing up is one of the most important things, is just being there in all your brokenness or in all your glory, whatever that day may look like to you, it's showing up. And then on the other end, I remember Mr. Rogers, actually, if you guys remember him from back in the day, is he said the greatest gift is to receive someone. And so on the other end, so let's say we're talking about our example, I'm showing up with these butterflies in my stomach, but I am also showing up because I know there's a relationship there. That's a worthwhile one to continue and explore and grow.
And let's talk about that relationship, because you and I are rookies together, right? In terms of, but the relationship isn't about time. It's more about intention and purpose and mission. And so when you're looking for a support system or a support person, we want you to find the right person that can really honor your relationship. And because as Anita and I are both passionate about, is just that person, who you are as a person. And if we have the honor of being on your journey with you, we want to make sure that we're set up to really serve and support you at the highest level. So as you hear Anita really talk about her butterflies and the gift of her giving her knowledge to us, we're here together. She and I both, we've made the commitment. We've had about a month of trying to schedule this and get it right and all those things. And the mission of being like, we will do this, was because we're so for each other. And so I think part of that relationship is that constant, I've got you, we can do this, that encouragement that keeps both of us showing up really our best self,
Mhm.
versus any kind of judgment or shame or anything that makes me feel less than, means I'm going to be less than in my relationship. So really being able to have that strong boundary and that strong support of being for each other.
100%. And I think if I were to add one thing, it would be that sometimes you don't show up as your best self, and the other person, and to answer, your question about what you bring, is an acceptance. And that's kind of the gift that, you know, is really invaluable, right? It's accepting me as I am in that moment, because only after we accept it can we actually work on whatever it is that we're trying to do to achieve our mission, as you say. So I think that the fundamentals of a relationship are showing up as your authentic self, the other person seeing you for your authentic self, which is very difficult as well, because that means they have to be honest with themselves and you. And so then you can start the journey of getting to your best self, whatever that may be at that time. And your best self some days is 10%, and your best self some days is 100%. But that's why I said it's showing up, establishing where we are at that moment as individuals, and only then can we start our journey to betterment.